And we're back again with Uhtred, son of Uhtred versus Mammox 45, the CTO. I don't know their team names, but gonna send them the all clear. Someone can find out their team names and message me. That'd be great. And send off the all clear. So, looking at Uhtred, son of Uhtred's team, he's got Drillberg could be a potential lead. Mammox leading with the Carvana. And Drillbur has Mold Breakers, so Earthquake, which is a stab move from Drillbur, can hit Pokemon with flying. So that could be relevant. But the Carvana here is a Pokemon that can potentially do a little bit of sweeping because it has the speed boost ability, so every turn it gets one stage free speed up, which is pretty sweet. So it's going to go ahead and... Oh, he just pressed the attack there. Big damage. I like the pressure there from Mammox. Whoops. Sorry about that. I like the pressure there from Mammox, and he's got a free speed boost there, and the Mantike took that Zen Headbutt, but not in a great position here. It's there to eat some water attacks, most likely. It looks like Uhtred, son of Uhtred, is going for a pretty offensive team here. This Mantike is on a life orb and potentially trying to do some swift swimming. This is definitely a tough decision. Yeah, so Uhtred, son of Uhtred, swaps to the Elect Kid. Oh, the Zen Headbutt hits him really hard. The Life Orb hitting especially hard, and he now has two speed stages from the speed boost. He didn't have to protect it all, and that's typically what you do when you have a speed booster. But in this case, he was able to just press attacking moves, and it's possible that Uhtred, son of Uhtred, thought he might get some free swap-ins because he would be pressing protect. But here comes Drillbur, and this situation for the Drillbur could be kind of tough because Waterfall's coming. Yeah, there's the Waterfall, Stab Waterfall. And that's going to be the third speed up. So it's pretty much going to outspeed everything now. Here comes Mantike back in. The crunch is going to take him down, even critting. It almost looks like Uhtred, son of Uhtred, is shipping this one in, ready to go on to the next game. This Carvana is just doing a ton of damage, but the Zen Headbutt misses. Not a move with perfect accuracy there. So uses Protect, maybe to just do a little bit of scouting. Yeah, that's the second Sucker Punch in a row from the Krogunk, and maybe too little too late. The Zen Headbutt misses again, and he's going to take down the Carvana, and now he kind of has somewhat of a plan against it next time, because here comes Pawniard, and this is the CTO's primary Mon that he drafted in the first round. We haven't seen Space Marine yet, but this is definitely going to be the CTO's key Mon. And here comes Phantom. Perfect swap there on the foil. Fighting moves are really, really good against the Pawniard, so it's always good to have a ghost to foil for that. And the CTO does with the Chaos Chaplain. Here comes a Will-O-Wisp into the Swellow and or the Tailo, and this Tailo is already he actually just set the man up. So we're gonna see some big damage coming out of the Swellow or the Tailo here. The problem is that oh he has the flame orb, but doesn't need it. That Brave Bird is going to hit, and not as good as he would have hoped there with the swap in to the Ammonite. Maybe we'll see the facade here come out, and he just presses U-turn. Um, so he wants to get him out of there. Goes back to the Krogunk. The Ice Beam. Oh, and the freeze hacks into the Krogunk. That is just really, really bad luck there. He already was down a few Pokemon, and now he just got frozen. So that's going to be really hard to come back from. The Tailo, though, being gutsed, he was ready to take that Will-O-Wisp. It didn't matter that he got burned, but even with that, oh, the dry skin healing him up, and then he woke up, or he thawed from the freeze just by RNG and killed the Ammonite with the stab drain punch. Just awesome there. So here comes Doduo. Doduo is high damage, and the Krogunk is fighting, so he could take some damage here from potentially a stab flying move. Um, another Pokemon that can use Brave Bird. So Doduo has the unique ability of being normal and flying, just like some of the other flying Pokemon from Generation 1. And with that ability of being normal flying, it can bring return with the max friendship, or the max happiness, and then the stab Brave Bird. Looks like, oh, he leaves him in for the Sucker Punch, and that does pretty good damage, but the Brave Bird's just going to one-tap it there. Really high base attack on the Doduo. Takes damage on the recoil, but here comes the Tailo back out. So the Tailo as well could potentially have something like a quick attack here. And if this Tailo does have quick attack and presses it, that probably is enough to. Oh, and the Doduo was pressing quick attack, and he pressed Brave Bird, Uhtred son of Uhtred, and he is going to go down because Brave Bird with the recoil plus the burn, even though he's gutsed. Good attempt, but I think right there you needed the quick attack and just hope you did enough damage with the guts, and the fact that it's a stab move. But here comes Shiny Ghastly. Great sprite there against the Pawniard. Pawniard does have knockoff, so this is going to make short work of this Ghastly. Um, and then we'll be moving on to game 2. However, this Ghastly is on a Focus Sash, so we could see this Ghastly put up a little bit of a fight. It does have the ability to go with a little bit of a secret move there to gain a nice advantage against Pawniard here. So let's see how the speed ties go. If the CTO just decides to do something like a sucker punch, and oh, so he goes for the substitute first. I really like this move because the CTO was going to go for the sucker punch, and now he really needs to just press knockoff, I think, or sucker punch, because the Ghastly here is going to go for the hidden power and one taps it with the hidden power fighting. And here we go. This is getting really interesting. Now, the Ghost Pokemon he's still going to be faster with this Ghastly. The Riolu is a prankster, so he'll have to he'll use the move last, or the move that was used last, if he decides to take advantage of the prankster with the copycat. And what was the last move that was used? It was hidden power fighting, which cannot hurt the Ghastly. So right off the bat, you know that Riolu is not going to be doing any priority copycatting. Because if he does, hidden power fighting will go into the Ghastly, and it will not affect him because it's a fighting move. Let's see if the CTO can sniff that out. That's the first thing. The second thing is he can't high jump kick this thing. He can Zen Headbutt. He can Sword Stance. So a few options there for him. And he also has the Phantump there on the other side. And the Phantump could be an okay way to fight it. It does have a little bit of inevitability with a Will-O-Wisp and a Leech Seed. But this the Riolu, you pretty much just have Zen Headbutt here, and Zen Headbutt could miss. He does just press the Zen Headbutt. It takes out the substitute. And if I'm Uhtred, son of Uhtred, I think in this case you could just press the substitute again because you know that he's pressing Zen Headbutt regardless. He uses Copycat and it misses. That's what I'm saying. So he pressed Sludge Bomb instead. It just kills the Riolu, and we are going down to Phantump and Ghastly. This is insane. So the Phantump has the Leech Seed and the Will-O-Wisp, but the Ghastly is going head first into this thing. And if he presses some of the one of the poison moves against the Phantump, that's super effective. This is gonna be crazy. We could see some big comeback here from this Ghastly. I'm really hoping that the Ghastly here. Oh, and there's a Shadow Ball. Just one taps it, and he comes back. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, with a huge comeback. I don't believe it. I basically called him down and out. Consider me just completely wrong. He came back there with great play and just took down the CTO. Amazing. Oh man, what a great game one. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, coming back. And heading into game two, you got to think that the CTO is just completely upset with himself there. He had that game in his hands, and, he may have just was messing around a little bit instead of just trying to seal the deal there. So, in this case, he's leading with the Ammonite, which is going to be a Pokemon that can give Uhtred, son of Uhtred a little bit of trouble, but this Elekid has the ability to use Cross Chop, so we'll see what he goes with. And the problem is immediately swapping to the Ghost Pokemon. It is Grass as well, though, so taking that Electric move pretty well. The Ammonite being the Water typing, expecting the Stab Electric move, and sometimes you just need to take it. Ooh, an Oranberry on the Chaos Chaplain, restoring the HP. So not able to take care or take advantage of the berry juice here. But healing back up to 92%. And, missing with the Leech Seed. Really tough there. Harvest back the Oranberry. That's right. You want the berry here instead of the juice with the harvest ability. And Phantump in rough shape against the Tailo, though, so he's probably going to pull it. Yeah, goes back to the Rock Pokemon, and the Rock Pokemon will be taking it much better. The Tailo takes around 20%, 19% from the burn plus the recoil off the Brave Bird. And this is one of those spots where you don't have a lot of coverage in your Guts build with this Tailo. You're kind of more of an all-in on normal and flying moves, and that's not going to be very good into the rock typing. So the U-turn into it, normal effectiveness, but no stab. And you'll be able to swap to maybe something that can take a water move, or a stab rock move would be pretty much the worst case scenario for you. So the Ammonite having the ability to use Ice Beam. We haven't seen the Ammonite do much yet, so it is a shell smasher as it's wearing a shell. But unlike some of the other shell smashers that we see, this one is a special attacking shell smasher. So we'll see what Uhtred, son of Uhtred goes with here. Choosing to go with the Krogunk and knowing that the CTO decides to go for the shell smash, but Krogunk is a Pokemon that can use Sucker Punch. Will it just straight up kill the Ammonite here? My guess is absolutely. You had a defense down from the shell smash, so if you're the CTO, you may want to consider just pulling this thing here. Nope. Oh wow, and it survives the Sucker Punch, which is very surprising. But it does have an Eviolite on still. It was not knocked off. So that's where it's getting that extra defense. And the quick attack to just go ahead and Alpha Strike. So not a huge deal there, but it will take the proc of the burn. going down to 72%. And one Pokemon down each. A much more balanced start here for Uhtred, son of Uhtred, whereas last game he was in big trouble. And this was where things kind of swapped, was when the Carvana came out. So let's see if Uhtred, son of Uhtred is ready to fight this thing. And maybe this time the CTO goes for Protect, because I think Uhtred, son of Uhtred, doesn't want this thing to start setting up. Yeah. And there's the Protect, and the Facade coming in. He is gutsed and he is burned, so the Facade will do extra damage. But the Carvana now has the speed up, and we saw before that it was Life Orb to do a little bit extra damage. It is dark, so it's packing Crunch, and probably want to see it use one of those stab moves between Crunch and Waterfall. And he uses the Waterfall, just straight up kill. I like the choice of the stab move. It's going to get the second stage of speed up, so we're back to kind of where we were before, but the Krogunk is not alive to Sucker Punch this thing down. So, unlike last game when Uhtred, son of Uhtred, lost a couple Mon and then finally got to the Krogunk to kill this thing, this time he's kind of in a rough spot to be able to take this thing down. Your Elekid, while it does have the strength to kill it, I don't think that it's going to be fast enough in order to outspeed this two-stage up. So he's going to try to tank it with the Mantike, but it's going to be really tough to fight this thing here. Let's see what he goes with. Whew. Tons of damage there, and the random defense down. Goes with the hidden power, and it just straight up kills him. The Life Orb, the hidden power grass, it must be, or hidden power electric, but big damage there. And the Mantike just getting crushed. I wonder if it was a breakpoint plus the Life Orb, but that was a big takedown there. Elekid coming out, who could be a puncher with the ability to use Fire Punch. So let's see if he presses the Fire Punch into the Phantump. Looking at the CTO's other Mon, he's got Poniard, who really isn't that great against fighting either. But Poniard could probably take a fighting move if he had to with the Eviolite. The Phantump here is definitely not going to be faster, and yeah, just takes the Fire Punch and goes down. The Life Orb hitting really hard there. Poniard is going to probably, goes with the Doduo. So again, Doduo is normal flying, so it's not going to take like a Volt Switch or a Wild Charge very well. We saw Wild Charge previously on this thing, and yeah, there's the Wild Charge, just one taps the Doduo. The CTO is probably just, he's in big trouble here. It's now 3-2. Riolu coming out. Rielu's got to do something to be able to fight this Elekid and get this thing down, but you're staring down Ghastly, who took you down in the previous game, and Wild Charge just takes down the Riolu down to your last Pokemon in Poniard. In here, you just kind of have to press Sucker Punch and pray. This is absolutely crazy. So the CTO here is going to just be able to press Sucker Punch and kill the Elekid. But here's the problem is when Uhtred, son of Uhtred, swaps over to the Ghastly, he could press Substitute. And the question is will the CTO press Knockoff? But the Ghastly, you want the Ghastly on a fresh reset, because we saw the Ghastly packing hidden power fighting, which is Poniard's big weakness. So this is one of those scenarios where Uhtred, son of Uhtred, just needs to leave the Elekid in or swap to the Drillbur to take the damage and then reset off the Ghastly. But in this case, like, just press an attacking move. If you outspeed, fine. If he's not pressing Sucker Punch, expecting a switch, or you just let it go down, you're fine with that. So I hope that Uhtred, son of Uhtred, isn't swapping into the Ghastly, Because if he is, and the CTO chose for the high risk, high reward play of pressing knockoff, it's going to be Okay, so he swaps to the Drillbur, so it's okay. He goes for the Swords Dance, so that is really a really interesting play because now and he presses Sucker Punch. This is crazy. This is crazy. So that's why I thought, okay, and here's the fresh reset. But now let's see if Uhtred Son of Uhtred has patience to press Substitute. Because if he presses the hidden power fighting here right off the bat, I think and he presses it because the CTO was calling the bluff and went for the prediction, and that will do it. He takes him down 2-0 in a huge upset. The CTO, massive mind games.